Here's a few barriers that we found to be common in the schools that we work with. We often think it's just materials. Give them a bunch of tools, that's UDL. But there's 4 parts that we found most common. One is the goals. If your kids have different goals, that's already a problem. The methods, how are we teaching? Materials, what are we using? And I just got to name out assessments. That one is huge for our teachers. I just got to name out. I can talk about all this, but the assessment is asking them to do it a certain way. Teachers feel like they have to force their kid into that way. So these are barriers that we found. So I've had classrooms where kids are doing assessments online and they're allowed to use manipulatives to represent it. I was going to show a video of that, and that video froze, and that teacher just sent it, but then for time's sake, I won't share it. Okay. What research has shown us as well, these are ways that we found have been highly problematic. Focus on speed and memorization. No one's surprised. Student access needs are determined only by the teacher. We never ask them. Math development as linear and hierarchical. How many textbooks say we represent it, then we draw it on a piece of paper, then we solve it abstractly, instead of realizing we need all of it. Avenues to engaging in math and expressing learning, bless you. Limited to auditory and textual modes. And in certain discourse practices, actions and behaviors serve as models for competence. I have seen more in classrooms of emergent bilinguals where kids have to stand up and follow a sentence frame before they're allowed to share their ideas. And we call that supporting their language development, but what we've noticed when we do that, their language variance is actually very limited. Okay. So are you really developing their language, or are they just saying the same 5 words and then a very little else? A little bit some other research. We found when you use multimodality and discussions focus on that, students' participation increases across social identities.